If you are a young man, I'm talking like in your early to mid 20s, living in the United States, I have questions. And no, this is not for me. I've happily married 25 years. I got my guy. So here's what I want to know. Why aren't you dating? I have 2 daughters and a son. My son is still in high school and he's just now getting to the age where he would start dating. And he has been very blessed by being raised by 2 older sisters and a mama and dad who have invested in him and talked with him about how to treat women. But here's what I'm finding that is so odd. My girls who are college age, one is at a big university in the Southeastern Conference, and the other one is doing independent learning and starting her own business. They are in their 20s, early 20s. And guys are not asking them out. And it's not just them. And my daughters are beautiful girls, and they are good Christian girls, and they are very emotionally mature. They know their values, they know their standards, and it's not even that they're being too particular. It's also not just my daughters. It is their friends. It is their acquaintances. Guys are not asking girls out anymore on proper dates. What is happening instead is, let's say my daughter takes a guy to a date party. She's a stunning, beautiful girl, very intelligent. Like, she doesn't have a hard time finding someone to go to a date party with her. However, the follow-up to that is not a date. It is a text. Hey, I'm out at this bar. You want to come meet me? Guys, let me tell you, that is not a proper date. That is a lazy way of pursuing a woman. That is a boy's way of pursuing a woman. It is not a man's way of pursuing a woman. And maybe I have it all wrong. Like, maybe guys just are no longer looking to secure a long-term relationship. They no longer look at getting married in the future. I don't know. You tell me. Is that the case? I know the older of my 2 daughters is looking for her helpmate in life. She is looking for a good Christian man, not a boy. And that is not determined by age necessarily. What I mean is, he doesn't need to be 30. A 21-year-old man can be a man or he can be a boy. And if you're spending your days playing video games and not pursuing a career and stability, you're a boy. And I don't even mean that you need to be in college. Like, there are millions of careers out there. You don't have to go to college to be pursuing something. So you tell me, what's going on with guys in their early 20s right now? Do you not know how to ask women out on dates? Are you so afraid of being rejected? Do you just not want to date? What's going on?
Well, I would say, obviously, the young men don't need to be doing all of this. Well, come out to the bar with me. They need to be treated with a little bit more respect than that. But I would also say that in some of these young ladies, even though they grew up in 2-parent households, good Christian homes, somehow this mindset still creeps in that they're better than everybody. Not saying that for your daughters, but I've seen it where they think they're better than everybody. Maybe something to watch out for as to why they might be struggling and men don't approach.
Hi, not to be super annoying and messy, but the reason that guys oftentimes don't plan dates, even though women constantly ask them to, is because they don't want to make a choice that the woman might not like and then have to get there and listen to the woman complain about it. Silently or out loud. That's why men are usually asking for so much direction from women. Like, when moms ask their husbands, like, hey, can you get our kids dressed in the morning? Like, I need some help, take some stuff off my plate, pack their lunch. And they're like, absolutely, got it. What do you want me to dress them in? What do you want me to pack in their lunch? It's like, okay, I'm just now doing it vicariously through you. You're like the proxy of my tasks. That's not what I want. I need you to make a decision. The reason that they don't do it isn't because they can't. They're afraid that they will dress the kid will come downstairs and the mom will go, what are they wearing? They're afraid that they'll get a call from the school and find out that the dad packed like peanut butter and jelly and fruit roll-ups, and then they're gonna like get mad and they'll have to listen to it later. That's what weaponized incompetence comes from.
When are we going to realize that this feminism thing isn't working? I get it. Yes, we're equal in value, but we're not equal in role, ladies. I am sorry, I'm losing patience with this, but we need to understand that looking at men like they're our enemy is the opposite of what we should be doing. How in the world are we going to build a marriage or a healthy relationship of any kind with a man when we keep yelling at their faces and telling them that there's something wrong with them and that they are our enemy and we're trying to compete with them and fight them and prove a point? It's not working. This is why there's so many divorces. I'm not saying that's the only reason there are divorces, please, but that's a big part of it. We need to stop it. We need to, instead of standing in front of him, facing him and trying to argue and be combative, we need to stand by his side and be like, let's tackle this challenge together. Let's build each other up. Stop it, for goodness sake.
Oh, she friend zoned me. Nice guys finish last. Blah. Are you good in bed? Are you good in bed? Do you have sexual charisma? Okay, is there riz? Is there game? Do you give sensual vibes? Are you charming? Being a nice guy is literally the bare minimum, okay? Everybody should be nice. I'm not understanding what you guys are not understanding. Oh, I'm nice to her, so I should get laid. What? Why do you like her? Is it just because she's nice? Is that why you're trying to do the nasty with her? Is that why you feel rejected, that she doesn't like you? Because she's just nice? Probably not. She's probably hot, right? She's probably, seems like maybe she's good in bed. Probably has a lot of charisma, okay? We don't owe you for being nice. Everybody should be nice.
I mean, y'all say all of this and still continue to accept him paying for y'all stuff and buying y'all flowers. But y'all still say he didn't have the right chemistry. He ain't got the right money either.
A woman working 40 plus hours a week, paying for her own hair, nails, rent, car, food, gas, handling everything by herself is not going to be soft, feminine woman you expect her to be, and know she can't bring you peace when she in survivor mode. A lot of us guys read this and like, bro, she'll even tell me that she doesn't have enough time for me, and or I do the exact same thing, but I can make time for her. Guess what, bro? She don't like you. Respectfully, I'm done playing this little mind game. Women do the exact same thing as most guys, right? They work, you work. You went to college, they went to college. She go to the gym, you go to the gym. But you're trying to tell me that you can make time for her, but she can't make time for you? Get the hint at this point. People, not women, people make time for who they want to make time for. So if you have this individual telling you they do the exact same thing that you do, if they resume, they daily task look exactly like yours, but they hit you with the, I can't do this for you, or I can't make time for you, take it as the hint of they don't like you.
Literally this, you're an adult. But if a man were doing all of this, paying the bills, coming home, having to take care of you, y'all wouldn't see it as a bill. Y'all would see yourselves as an investment. A man is supposed to do all of these things. But for me, it's survival. I ain't gonna sit down.
The reason you can't tell bitch stop pulling up with these deep ass wedgies to the gym is because these have been working so hard to show off them wedgies, and then you got been dreaming about showing off their wedgie, so they gonna defend the wedgie. Then you got so many people praising the wedgie that the wedgie just got a lot of power right now. You feel me? Then you got to deal with the delusion of a woman to start off with. The wedgie, man, it's the power of the wedgie. I was just speaking on this. You need to understand, you can't tell a person who has a desire for their life or something that they work hard or they're working towards to cut it out. They're going to tell you shut the fuck every single time.
So the craziest thing just happened to me. I was really interested in this guy a while back. This was back when I was really struggling. I had gained a lot of weight. I was about 180 pounds, like pushing 200 pounds. And I really liked this guy, and he just wasn't interested in me. And he was actually kind of rude, like blatantly annoyed by my presence. And it sucked. It felt like crap. And so I just ignored it and, whatever, like never talked to him again. It's not a big deal. But he just hit me up I don't know if he doesn't recognize me or he's just pretending, no, like just to ignore it, or I really don't know. But no, I'm absolutely not interested in somebody like that, because that's fine. Have your preferences, but if that is literally all you're looking at, then you know what? You don't want me at my worst. You don't deserve me at my best, or what my best is according to you. Anyways, it's more than just feeling like when you're thinner, you have more value. Like, you are literally, in the eyes of men, you're unworthy, which is so much deeper than just being unhealthy. I mean, you're literally treated like your opinion doesn't matter. Like, and people look at you like differently. Like, it's crazy. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah, what are you talking about? What do you look for in girls?
Other than great glutes.
I choose women who choose me. Like, if I don't feel like
Pursued.
not even pursued,
Hunted.
not even pursued. Like, you
Treasured.
can just tell when someone's into you or not. And if they're not,
What about like before that though? Just based off.
it's right away though. It's right away. You can tell if someone's like into you or not. And if they're not into you, then I'm really good about emotional detachment just through like past trauma and stuff. So like, I just detach like a robot. I'm like, okay.
You don't want to convince anyone. What if you're
I
getting
don't.
to know her and you're both just kind of in this like we don't know talking phase? What about
You're
that?
in a big social circle and you haven't like super
yeah, like you
interacted
see
or
someone at a party and it's just like you don't know yet.
I will definitely make my intentions known. I'll ask them out. But like, yeah, after that, it's, it's really, you can just tell if I have fun with someone on a date, that's number one. But I guess I have to see that interest.
Obviously, the main conversation on TikTok right now is that men's video talking about how women come to the gym and damn their lingerie, damn their trying to seek attention. And I'm going to touch on it kind of briefly because my videos tend to get long because I be into it. But I just want to really touch on it and give my opinion on it as I'm literally about to walk into the gym like I do 5-6 times a week. Okay, so let's just get into it. Let's get out of our emotions for a second. Let's get out of our feelings for a second and actually comprehend and actually listen to factually what he said in the video. Because the man never said don't wear shorts. The man never said don't wear bras. The man never said don't wear gym attire to the gym. That's never what he said at all. You can go rewatch the video. He never said that. The man said quit wearing lingerie to the gym. Quit wearing lingerie to the gym. Quit being in the gym. Quit coming to the gym just to get attention. That's what he said in the video. And is he wrong? No. You want to call me and pick me? I don't care. I am a girl I'm in the gym every day consistently. It's not a New Year's, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'm in the gym every day and I see it every single day. I see females in the gym every single day. Full face of makeup, blush, red lipstick with damn near thongs on, ass out, with a bikini top on. Not even a sports bra, a bikini top. Girls be in the gym wearing the same shit they will wear at a beach. Those are two different things. I'm going to be in the gym. I personally don't wear sports bras because I am, on my faith walk, and there are things that I'm changing that I don't really do anymore. So I'm going to have a short on, but I got my shorts on. I got shorts on now and I'm 5'9". They don't go to my knees, but they're not, my ass isn't showing. You know what I mean? Like, it's be modest. And I'm not saying wear sweatpants and a turtleneck either, because y'all like to just take things and switch it. But I'm just saying, like, dress as a woman. Like, if you're trying to attract your husband, that's how you should dress at a gym. Mind you, the gym is mostly males there. Y'all know what y'all be doing. The gym is mostly males. Let's be for real. The gym is mostly males and there's kids in there. And y'all be in there really like damn near. That's what he's talking about. He's not saying wear turtlenecks and sweatpants and hijabs to the gym. That's not what he's saying.
Okay, ladies, I feel like we got to talk about this real quick. You know what I think is so unladylike is when women get on social media and begin talking about, they say, wow, like we should not know how you like to be pleased in the bedroom on social media. Like, I feel like some information y'all should just keep to yourselves. We should know how good your hoo-ha is. We should know how good your throat game is. We should know these things. We should know that you just had sex last night or you haven't had any in a minute. We don't need to know anything about your sex life. We don't need to know nothing. And I don't understand why y'all keep volunteering this information. I mean, imagine as a employer, right? And y'all posting stuff like that. Like, why does your employer know more about your life than anything else? Like, I just think it's so weird when y'all or brag about explicit things about yourself. Like, do y'all think that makes you look more appealing? Because let me tell you right now, a decent, classy woman is going to keep her bedroom business to herself. Okay, that stays private and it stays off social media. I don't know where we got to a point where we got so comfortable releasing certain information. Y'all don't know how to leave physical things to the imagination, and y'all don't know how to leave y'all's thoughts, okay, in your imagination, in your brain. Okay, y'all don't know how to leave stuff in private. Just because it's social media don't mean you gotta, share everything. Y'all share too much. And again, the main ones that be bragging about how good their is, those be the main ones that can't keep a man. You can probably get one, but y'all can't keep them. And when you're saying stuff like that, any man that approaches you is because of what you've been posting. Like, if you're posting and bragging about stuff like that, men are going to automatically look at you sexually and probably nothing more. Y'all got to stop telling all your personal business. Stop bragging, okay? Because everybody may not have a good experience of you. Even though you think, if they're not sticking around, sis, what are you bragging about? And most women that even are decent in the bedroom are not bragging about it, okay? Decent, classy women do not get online and share their privacy, their private business, okay? Let's do better, ladies.
I am feeling so validated as a girlfriend right now because my sweet, innocent, amazing boyfriend went to a work happy hour last night, and he comes home and he's so nervous to tell me. He's like, babe, I went to this work happy hour and one of the girls from our team paid, so I Venmo'd her, and if you see that on my Venmo, it was just from the work happy hour, and like, please don't freak out about it. And I'm just feeling so accomplished because, one, I probably would not have noticed, and two, I definitely would not have freaked out. But I love that active fear is still inside him after 7 years. So I just said, thank God you told me. I would have seen that for sure, and that would have made me really upset.
Do you want to be married?
I would be married if it makes sense. I'm not going to be married just to be married. And I don't feel like that.
All right. So again, I've asked you, do you want to be happily married? And are you going to be married? I want to be happily married. Ma'am, I'm going to be honest. I don't care about your happiness. I don't care about your love. Marriage is a practical choice. And you can make all these things you want, ma'am. And yes, you're 41, but you're going to be 50, just like that.
I know, I will be.
So the question becomes, if you want to be married, I mean, let's be real. You're freezing your eggs for a reason. Why?
I did, because I didn't want the pressure to just go out and get pregnant because of my age and my clock. Men have that.
Who's going to carry the baby?
I mean, if I can't carry the baby, then I'll get a surrogate. I mean, it happens.
So again, but in order for all that to happen, you have to have a man that you deem worthy propose to you.
Okay, and that's
Hold on.
Okay.
That man, if he could meet your high standard, he could meet a lot of other women's standard as well. And here's the problem. There are hundreds of you, thousands of you. Why should he pick you over the one that can carry her own babies at 24 or 25 or 26, who are willing to get on his program, who don't have as many expectations as a woman your age?
Well, listen, this is what I would say. If he feels the way that you're feeling, then he's not the man for me, and I have no problem with that.
Yeah, passive aggressive sign language, that whole if he's not the man for you, that's I don't play that Tyler Perry Christian crap. That's not it. I don't do that over here. You can do that over there, but I don't do that over here.
And really, they still miss it. Instead of putting all of your energy and your focus into the right thing, they're going to continue to make excuses and try to figure out another way.
I do too, but we're gonna get called pygmies if we say it out loud, so shh.
I downloaded Hinge again. I'm moving to DC, and I thought, you know what would be a nice little glimmer of hope? I'm getting people who are saying that the dating in the DMV area is really bad, that it's trash, and I thought, you know what? Let me go on Hinge, just see for myself, take a little quick look. Are the men in DC just not using dating apps? Because what I was actually swiping through, it was rough on there. I'm starting to think that all the good men are either not on dating apps or they are not located in New York or DC, because You know the clip where the girl says, be nice, and then the girl says, I'm trying to find it. Like, I'm trying to find it. That's how I felt swiping through. Conservatives, hatfishes, people who said that they're self-employed, which I'm going to assume means unemployed. Incomplete profiles, all artsy pictures, and like I can't even see your face until the last picture, and even then it's kind of silhouette-y. Hinge used to be my go-to app. This was before COVID, but I actually met both of my like long-term serious boyfriends on Hinge. And so it's just a little bit upsetting to me. So I'm going to take a break. You know what? I'm just going to meet someone in person in DC. I don't need these apps, and this is clearly a sign.
Let me tell y'all how women are manipulative. And for all of y'all who know this already, then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all of y'all who don't know, all right? I'm talking about all y'all who don't know that when she cries to make you feel like you're the villain, that's all a plan. Even if she started the fight, even if she crossed the line, even if she just completely disrespected you, her tears are her weapon. That's an emotional guilt trip right there. That's how she wins the arguments. She's going to use as a reward, not for intimacy, not love, not to make you feel good, but control. If you do what she wants, maybe you'll get some. If you don't, then your ass ain't getting none for at least a week, probably longer. It's not about feelings. It is about power and control. She'll make passive-aggressive comments instead of being direct because she's mad about something. So she's going to start plotting and flip the whole situation on you. She'll say she just wants you to be honest until your honesty does not meet the requirements to enter delusion land. Then you're the bad guy for doing exactly what she asked you for in the first damn place. She's going to compare you to her ex to shit over you and fight your confidence, or pretend her ex was trash just so she can look like the victim again. But one thing most women do not ever acknowledge is this. If you are always the victim in every story, you are probably the common denominator. She'll use silence as punishment. She'll ignore you. She won't be affectionate. She'll want you to beg just so things can get back to normal so she's talking to you. That is not emotional regulation. That's emotional control. She'll call you too sensitive when you speak up because she don't want to take accountability. She'll flip it and say that you're the problem just so she never has to self-reflect. She'll play the you're supposed to love me unconditionally card, even though she's got all the conditions in the world for you. Act right or get left. But don't ask her to do the same. She'll say you're not a real man anytime you don't do what it is that she wants. If you set boundaries, you're toxic or you're controlling, you're a narcissist or a cheater or all the above. And she'll tell you, oh, I am working on myself, but that's just a way to keep you hanging on while she does absolutely nothing to change. Growth is just another buzzword. Accountability is what she needs to show you. The crazy part is that she will try and convince you that you are actually lucky to have her, even though she's draining you mentally, emotionally, and disrespecting you, sucking the self-respect right out of you. I challenge y'all to call it out. Try to tell her you know exactly what she's doing. Watch how fast you become the problem. You are not the problem. You just got to take those rose-colored glasses off.
I gave this cute boy my phone number and he has not texted me at all. I'm rejected, basically. That hurts so bad, and you know what's worse? I made the first move. Well, first of all, I walked up to him all confident and stuff, but as soon as I saw him like face to face, I turned into Mickey Mouse. I went, hi, I was wondering if like you're like single? It's because I think you're really pretty. I know in the back of his mind, he said, why the hell is Mickey Mouse asking me out right now? I should have been like, hot dog, hot diggity dog, and I got your phone number, you're so cute. Right? I don't know, it was bad. Whatever. This man nods that he is single. I'm like, okay, slay. But he could have been like, you know what, I'm not interested. Or he could have lied and said, oh, I have a girlfriend. But instead, he nodded that he was single. And then I was like, okay, like, great. Like, so, like, he wasn't rejecting me, right? And then he says like, oh, like, why don't you give me your phone number? So I was like hiding myself. I was like, damn, like, well, look at this, my first try, like asking a man out, and then boom, like, oh wow, it's gonna go somewhere. No, it's not. He has not texted me at all, and I see him soon, which makes me so embarrassed, actually. Like, the more embarrassed, anyways. So yeah, but just because he said that he was single does not mean that he's interested in me.
Every healthy man that I've ever met in my life, when I ask them what's the number one thing that you're looking for in a woman, they have literally all answered the same exact thing. And I'm saying these are healthy men. These are not toxic, stupid, chaotic men, okay? And chaotic, stupid, and unhealthy men don't want this from a woman, okay? They actually want the opposite. They want a chaotic, toxic woman. Healthy men who sit more in their masculine energy, the one thing they search for in a woman is peace. A woman that can ignite that, a woman that can bring that into his life. Because think about it, when a man is so much in his masculine energy, He's trying to build his life. He's trying to create a life for himself that's solid, that's stable, you know? And having a woman who's chaotic will derail that. So every time you meet a man, always ask him, what do you look for in a woman? And his answer really will tell you a lot, because every toxic guy I've ever asked that question to always had the most ridiculous answers in the world. But healthy masculine men only want, majority of them only want this one thing, and that's literally peace.
You want to know what's funny is that men saying that they prefer women that don't wear makeup, it's like the equivalent of women saying, I prefer a man who's just tall. Like, can you just be born prettier?
So if you want that nigga to act right, you have to act wrong. Do everything opposite of what he tell you to do. If he say go left, you need to go right. I need you to be as hard-headed as you could, and I need you to also be a little bit mean and a little bit stern. I'm telling you, he gonna fall head over heels over.
And I'm gonna need to start realizing, after certain females, I wouldn't dare let you touch me. Wouldn't dare.
So when men ask for your body count, you know why.
You break up with a nigga, all of a sudden he got a sleeve, a car, and ain't broke no more. Like, niggas, I holding you back or?
Yes. Next video, please.
The men's is dressing like studs. If the men are dressing like studs, then who are the studs dressing like? So you mean to tell me you watched a lady go to the men's side of City Trends, grab up all the jabos and white tees, she put it on, and now you're telling us that they stole her style? If this ain't some Christopher Columbus type stuff, then I don't know what it is. I think she's a gardener, because that is something that someone would say right after they finish gardening. And then I seen a video like agreeing with a girl to a certain extent. She said that some men will befriend studs just to see what they have going on. Okay, that can be true, but she is still a stud who went to the men's side where men get their clothes from. So either way it goes, the men are not dressing like studs. And there's no other way to put it.
If you're in your 20s, go hook up with that person you shouldn't be hooking up with. Dating in your 20s is messy. Now is the time to give into the urges and desires so that later on you're not resenting yourself or somebody else for it. Am I being an enabler? Sure, but your 20s is about learning crisis management and your 30s is for crisis prevention. I don't know what pheromones have kicked up in the air, but everyone I know is hooking up with someone they shouldn't, and we need to stop feeling bad for it. Who cares? We're all gonna laugh about it. We're all gonna die one day. That's just my hot take.
One time, this dude was DMing me over and over and over, airballing, right? And then he said, your ass looks like it's getting smaller. I answered with the quickness. If you want to reach me, I don't play about my cheeks.
Am I the asshole for wanting to divorce because of what my wife said in therapy? My wife, 37 female, and I, 40 male, got married 12 years ago, and she has been my rock, and our marriage was really good. Or it used to be really good before we went to therapy. My friend was suffering from a lot of mental health issues, and we were worried for him. He did about 2 years in therapy and is doing a lot better. My wife suffered from anxiety and depression, and she is a vet, which is a very high-stress job. I recommend she try to go to therapy, and she agreed. She went to therapy for 6 months, said she likes it, and wants me to go with her. I personally find it a little hippy-dippy, but it couldn't hurt, so I agreed. First 2 therapy appointments went well. The therapist, not her personal one, nailed down one thing about my wife. She is extremely distrusting of other humans. She didn't have a good family growing up, and her father sold her dog, which she said was her only friend, and she suffered from an eating disorder and almost ended it in her teens. But as an adult, she's relatively well-adjusted, and she's a great mom to our 2 kids. He asked us as homework to do the Big 5 personality test. It was a long questionnaire and we shared it with him. My trust of others was 34 and hers was an 8, which is very low. He asked her to tell him what makes her distrust people. She said people were very two-faced and only do what benefited them. And she felt like, huh?
People sell your dog, man. I can't trust nobody either.
Your parents. And she felt like she had a disadvantage in life because of her morals. She's very kind to people, which is weird because she doesn't trust them at all. She helps people a lot, and one of her friends even said she was the one they would go to for advice because they know she wants the best for them and can keep a secret. She does a lot of unpaid work to help stray animals and is often depressed if an animal passes away, but she says she does it because she feels extreme guilt if she doesn't help others, but feels people don't feel guilt hurting her, which is why she prefers animals to people. Then the topic of our marriage and trust came up, and she was super tight-lipped about it at first. She then admitted that she didn't trust me at all. She said that she actually married me because I was honest and being kind of in it for myself. She said she can't stand people who are pure kind and compassionate and then lie and backstab people, and prefers an honest person. I was shocked because I feel like I am an honest person, but also kind and a generous person. But in her eyes, I'm not. But she says it's fine because I'm honest about it. She also admitted she took out the in sickness and in health part of our nuptials because she felt like I would divorce her if she got cancer, but she was okay with that because it would kill her to expect it and then be disappointed, but she felt like she knew where she stood with me. I've been thinking about her words, and it bothers me so much. I asked her out of therapy why she even married me, and she said that she knew that I was hardworking and honest, and most people are not kind, but that they fake kindness to get ahead. She liked that I didn't, and she felt that she really understood me, so she felt safe with me. I told her if she didn't think I was a good person, but just an honest one, then we should get a divorce. And she got mad and told me our marriage was good, and we were working together well and raising our kids, and there wasn't anything serious. To me, I just realized my wife didn't think I was a good person, and I feel like our marriage has been a lie.
So a lot of people in the comments want to blame him for quote unquote proving her right. But then y'all are not looking at, she just, after 12 years, reduced him to an associate. That's really what he is. After all of the stuff that he's done in the marriage, he's an associate. I don't trust anybody. I trust pets more than people. Okay, fine. I trust pets more than my husband. That crosses the line. At some point in time, if women are saying that men need to go to therapy and do the inner work and heal, what do you think that y'all need to do?
Y'all are not going to gaslight me into feeling guilty about caring how much my partner makes. That is an important part of our relationship and our partnership. We do not exist in a vacuum. This is not Disney. We're not living off of laughs, okay? Now, I agree that it is not by any means, by any stretch of the imagination, the most important thing. But the conversation topic is on if relationships can survive with a very large pay gap. That was the only question. It doesn't mean that values and character and morals aren't important. But I do think that it is a very important aspect of a relationship to consider how much a man makes and how much a woman makes. That can be a very large source of distress and issues. Money matters in a relationship. Why are we acting like it doesn't matter?
But if, I think in another one of your videos, you said a man that you were talking to, you estimated he was making somewhere around 50, 60,000 and you made 3 or 4 times that. How much does he actually need to make in order for y'all to be happy? I mean, you're making almost $500,000 or $250,000 at that point in time. What else is left? What does he need to be doing other than being a good person? I mean, he's already making 60 grand. By the end of his career, who knows? That man might be making 150. With the trajectory, you guys easily 6, 7, 800,000 in 10 years. How much do you actually need to make?
I don't want to live with my husband. I want him to live like down the hall.
Yeah, same.
Leave down the hall.
In a separate room?
Mm-hmm.
Go away.
I would turn
No, that's
1950. That side of the house into a dual master. So knock down that wall between those. That's your side. This my side.
Perfect.
You can come stay with me whenever. I can come stay with you, whatever. But we have separate spaces, separate bathrooms, separate.
I wouldn't do it that way, but I would definitely do like a woman cave and a man cave.
That's actually not bad.
I mean,
Like,
sure,
you know,
but
have
where are
like
you
a-
sleeping every night? Are
Oh,
you
I'll
sleeping in
I'll
the bed
sleep
with
my
your
man
man?
100%
Right.
every night.
Mhm.
But throughout the day, I'm trying to read a
Not
book.
necessary.
I'm trying to drink. I'm trying to do the things that I do. I want to play and make up. I don't have time for you coming around here
just
talking.
being
Shut
around.
the fuck up. Say that. I don't want to see him on the weekends. So we have different schedules. On the weekends, I can be there the dog. You go do what you do.
Yeah.
Don't want to see him on the weekend. So we get the weekend off.
Jasula said, what? Samantha B said, why get married? Do you like him? Katie Ava says she obviously doesn't like her husband because what the F? Tina says, wait, what? Sandra also says, what? That's right, women. We don't know what they're talking about. Imagine what we as men have to go through when we hear this nonsense.
Look, the reason why I blame men for why women cheat, and I'll always say it's your man's fault, and you guys get really upset with me and be like, no, she's got no morals, she's got no morals. That same woman is very loyal to somebody else in her life, and she will be. She's just not loyal to you. Women that are dealing with men that are too passive that are the most disloyal. It's the women that are dealing with the nice guy. It's the women that are dealing with the man that can't set boundaries. A man that comes to me who's been cheated on, he will tell me, I never stopped her from doing anything. I allowed her to go on holidays whenever she wanted. I allowed her to come home whenever she wanted. She could post whatever she wanted on Instagram, and she still cheated on me. And I say to them, duh. And it's because men haven't understood the psychology of women. Yes, we say we want freedom, but really we need boundaries. And when we don't have any, what will happen is you'll attract women that want complete and utter freedom. Women who want freedom don't want commitment, they don't want compromise, and they don't want to be loyal to their partner.
Exactly.
Women that don't want complete freedom, but actually want some boundaries on what the relationship looks like because they enjoy compromise. They enjoy meeting each other in the middle. They enjoy spending time together. So those women are less attracted to a man that just has an open door policy where you can just do whatever you want.
So I think she kind of touches on this about a woman will be loyal to one man, whereas not the other. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that women typically want two things. They want a relationship that they want with the man that they want. Unfortunately, usually the man that they want has a lot of options. So being able to get the relationship that she wants with him probably isn't going to happen. So what does she do? She settles for the relationship that she wants, but not with the man that she wants. And that's usually when she's led to disappointment and she's not fully satisfied because she doesn't truly adore the man that she's with. And so sometimes that's when she'll step out. However, when a woman will sacrifice the relationship that she wants for the man that she wants, that's when she's really willing to make things work. She's willing to sacrifice having certain accommodations, amenities, or desires to be with the man that she wants. And when she does that, she is less likely to step out because she realizes how valuable he is and that a life without him is not going to be the same, and trying to find a replaceable version of him is less likely. So she's not going to do anything to jeopardize that relationship. So that's kind of what I think. I'd like to know what you guys do in the comments.
If I'm with a woman who's like, oh, I'm with you because you've realized your potential, what if everything goes to crap? Are you going to be able to build me back up? Are you going to be able to pull me up saying, you know, you got this, look what all you did? So that's kind of what I think about.
I am not a ride or die, so.
It should come as no surprise to you that I love this energy. Women are always expected to be the only ones to be a ride or die. That whole terminology is usually for women who are with a man who is struggling, who is down, who doesn't have his life together, and she's helping to build that man up. That term never goes the other way. It's never a man expected to ride or die when his woman is sick. Men have a tendency to leave women when they are diagnosed with cancer or terminally ill. Men are never expected to quit their job to raise the kids. Women have stood by men who went to jail for 20 years. And as soon as that man gets out of prison, he ends up with one of the pen pals that he was writing while he was in there. Women have taken charges for men, stood by men sentenced to 10, 20 years in prison, nursed men back to health, taken homeless men off the street, cleaned them up and made him a husband, married men that they out-earned, helped him raise kids that his mistress had, ironed his clothes to get him ready to go see his mistress. It has never been an issue with women being ride or die. You shouldn't have been asking her that. She should have asked you that.
All great points, but unfortunately, men are expected to come out of the gate, once again, providing for the woman, being ride or die for the woman. Show me that you're ride or die, or you want to invest in me by taking me on an expensive date. Show me that you will pay for my nails. Show me that you can handle me and keep up with my lifestyle by paying for the babysitter. We have to be ride or die right out of the gate. During the time of courting, by buying the ring, a very nice expensive ring. Hey, you want a house? Here's a house right here. You want a car? You need a car? Here's this right here. Hey, baby needs milk, shoes, all of these things. A man is expected to go to work all times of the day and night. My dad was in bed, 10 o'clock at night. Client called him. He had to run all the way across town, hour and a half across town to get the deal done, come back, jump in the bed just to have his school in the morning. Stop it.
So I better understand, can you further explain the whole, like, okay, when women say, I hate men, all men suck, whatever it is, you give them a bit of grace on that statement. But if a man says, I hate all women, or whatever it is,
why do women, what teaches women to be afraid of men?
Well,
or not like them?
Answer my question.
Well, I will, but I think this is instructive. I think I'm going to answer your question.
So what's your question?
Well, my question is, why do you think women are afraid of men? Or might express that as I hate men? Why?
Maybe, sure, either they've had a specific poor or bad incident with a particular man. They've heard from a friend that this person has had a bad experience. They have a society and culture that pushes forth certain messaging when it comes to this. There's perhaps you might even agree with this, the news cycle basically has people on high alert all the time because they're just hyper focusing on these otherwise pretty rare occurrences, and it's just a constant flow of like, here's a terrorist attack, here's whatever it is.
So
here's
I mean,
a crime,
and from talking with the women in my lives, and at least from what I've heard from women I've listened to, these types of experiences, especially like unwanted sexual encounters or sex assault or sex harassment, are scarily common. Like really common. Like it's like I'd encourage you guys, to talk to the women in your life. Just like ask them, hey, have you had this type of experience? And it's like it's scarily common. So I think women's fear of men, and sometimes what they express as hatred, is a hatred with how they're being treated.
Sure. Yeah,
and I realize they're not being perfect with language, and one could argue that instead of saying I hate men, they should say I hate the way some men treat me. And I totally understand that, look, I struggle with this a lot too. I'm a man. When you say you hate all men, I'm offended because I'm a member of that category. And I feel that you're somehow impugning me for the actions of this guy that I had nothing to do with. But I think what happens is when we do that, we're focusing on tone policing women more, and we're making it about ourselves in a sense. We're saying like, I hear instead of looking and listening to the message you're giving me, I'm going to immediately get on the defensive and make it about me. You know what I mean? So maybe actually, Brian, in an ideal world, you're right. Women in a perfect world, or like in a way where we're like, if I were to advise a woman, what should she say? She should say, I hate the way that some men treat me. But I think that as men, we should use our big brain reasoning ability to say that, look, okay, women say they hate men, and all those women who go to the women's marches that, Jim Bob thinks are facades, and say that, we hate men, blah, blah, blah. And then they go home to men in their lives, and then they go, have men in their life that they love. They don't actually hate men. What they're doing is they're expressing a type of discontent in, albeit probably imperfect language, in language that is less than optimal whatsoever at all. But I think fixating on this idea that like this is systemic hatred of men, just like it's really
I didn't make the claim it was systemic.
It's not my bad.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. What specifically?
Sorry. I was just kidding.
No.
You're gonna make a great lawyer.
Well, it's a little bit more than tone policing, right? Because you can use words it's called influence. That's why they call them influencers. You can use words to sell people on an idea. And what are women good at? Using their words. Whether they're mature about it, whether they fully develop to understand, they know there is inherent value in their emotions and their words. That's why they get on here and say, TikTok, do your thing. And a man can be found, whether good or bad, a man can be found. See, because a man can physically put his hands on you, then y'all see that as more harmful than a woman using her words. Because she hasn't put her hands on you, then it must not mean anything. It must, I never said anything. I just claimed. No, don't say that. Don't do that. You came here with the intent to use your words. What are your words? Well, it's all men until it's no men. And I'm going to treat every man. You have to understand. Well, it's not so. No. Because we're not holding women accountable for the things that they say. They are looking for an emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent man. A man that's emotionally vulnerable. A man that communicates effectively. Brother, you got to hold them to what they said. Because they're going to hold, you said that you loved me. You said that you want to get married to me. You said all of these things during a time period when we were having intercourse. Now that we're out of the situation, Did you mean those things? Oh no, I was just talking during the... No, you said all of those things. Do you mean those things? So we got to stop this. Oh, well, they didn't mean it. It was imperfect. No. If women are going to hold men to the standard of what they say, they have to be careful of the things that they say, because it's not tone policing when they get out here and say, this is what this man is. Look, this is him right here. This is his name. And then all of a sudden that man gets fired. And then it comes out that the man wasn't actually wrong and it was a false allegation. Tone policing. Come on now.
Oh my god. I hate men calling girls gold diggers. The men that don't even have gold for girls to dig.
Sweetheart, if you're broke, just say it. Goddamn.
Men are literally out here taking girls to Denny's, to Chili's, to Applebee's, to McDonald's, calling them a gold digger. What gold is she digging? You're broke as... Trust me, if a girl wanted to be a gold digger, she wouldn't be wasting her time on you! You don't even pay for her nails, and you're saying she's a gold digger because you... What? I'm so tired of this. Literally, the reason why I'm even saying this is because one of my close guy friends took a girl on a date. No, sorry. They went on 4 dates. She paid for every single one because this man is broke as... See his bank account. She ended things with him because they weren't a clique, okay? They didn't vibe. He went on a rant how she's a gold digger. Shut the fuck! Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Literally. I hate men. Not all of them. Just most of them.
So as you can see, this is toxic behavior in a man. I'm paying for all 4 of these dates, and I'm expecting you at some point in time to take over as the man and start paying for some of this stuff. Interesting. If a man were to ask a woman to do that in reverse, she would also have a problem with it because I shouldn't be expected to do anything. I'm a woman.
If you are a woman who is capable and competent and can do all those things on their own, your own, they don't want a man, because the men out there there's very few. And the few that there are going to be wanted by every single girl. So then they're going to go, right? So it's like, what do you do? And that's basically what's happening. I know more single great girls than I've ever had in my life. And very few eligible great guys. Very few. And the guys I know who I'm friends with, they have the pick of the litter. They can go out with girls who are like literally more than half their age. And those girls are like vying for them and dying to go out with them. So
we have, but both parties are to blame. Okay. Men, young men, for a variety of reasons, some societal, some is on them, are economically and emotionally unviable. They're less mature. They literally mature. Their prefrontal cortex matures at a slower rate. They're not going to college. They've been told by the wealthiest, deepest pocketed companies in the world they can have a reasonable facsimile of life online with an algorithm. Why go out and make the effort to get friends when you can go on Discord or Reddit? Why get a job when you can make money trading crypto on Coinbase or stocks on Robinhood? Why go through the effort and the rejection and the humiliation and establishing the skills and getting your mom or your gay friend to dress you, working out, taking the risk, going to a place, putting up with the rejection of finding a romantic or a sexual partner when you just have you porn? And so you have an entire cohort of men who have sequestered from society. They don't get those skills. They go down a rabbit hole and they become almost sort of just non-viable mates.
Once again, for the man who has every single thing that modern women are looking for, I am a free agent and I am looking at all offers. That's what he's going to be thinking.